Pokemon fans, welcome to the final battle of round 1 of 2025's Major League Tournament. We're here with ZiggyValencia and Alyssa. These two bloodied each other's noses last year, and they're back, definitely ready to fight each other again. Let's get down to the pitch and see how they're doing. Alyssa, how are you feeling about your match?
You know, I'm just ready to have a good time playing Pokemon.
Absolutely, so are we. And Ziggy, it was your idea to do Little Cup this year. How are you feeling about that?
Excellent. I'd just like to thank everybody for participating in my favorite format since the days of Pokemon Stadium. I believe it was 2 that had Little Cup. I think Pokemon Stadium 1 called it something else. But I have been a Little Cup fan forever. I think it's so funny to see the little unevolved guys punch each other in the face. And I'm just so glad to finally be doing it. So thanks everybody for participating, and everybody who's watching it, thanks for watching. It's a dream come true for me.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you could be here for it. I mean, this whole operation was your idea. Literally, the tournaments and everything.
Yeah, I forgot that was my idea.
Yeah, I run it, but it was your conception. But yeah, anyway, you've got a really solid looking team too, and Little Cup has been a really fun switch up, and I could definitely see us revisiting it again in the future. But is there anything you want to say to Alyssa before we get started?
My eternal rival, we meet again.
Alyssa, how about you?
I am a good sport, so I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
I asked her very specifically to hold the Lifebringer back because I know Zach's on the field, but I don't know. I think we might have a really good rematch here, so let's get to it, fellas. 3, 2, 1, begin! And here we go! Ziggy's gonna leave with the Cranidos, Alyssa's gonna go with the Swablu, we got the Cotton Ball Fluffbird and the Egg Dinosaur. And there's a head smash, but Swablu's gonna go for the Protect and eat it right there. Good absorb there, head smash off Cranidos. Those things look nasty in the anime, and I imagine they probably are in the game too, but I've never been a Cranidos user, but I've never really been a Swablu user. Deerling, on the other hand, I love a good Deerling, but a head smash! Deerling did not like that head smash. Big old damage to Cranidos, a hell of a lot more damage to Deerling. Poor little thing didn't get a chance to do anything. Let's see what Alyssa wants to send out. Cranidos did damage itself a ton there with that one-hit kill that equaled about half its health and recoil. Let's see if Ziggy wants to keep it out or what he's got else in his pocket. He's got several good mons here, but Alyssa's packing some really good ones too. There's a fake out. That's going to be a ton of damage right there. Oh, and a big old flinch from the Cranidos thanks to that fake out. Yeah, that was a pretty solid hit right there. Let's see what Ziggy wants to do about it. He's got a couple options here. That Meowth, though, it is always good to see a Meowth. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, Rip Maddie Blaustein, we love you. Thank you for making my childhood amazing by voicing Meowth. Yes, and while we're at it, Jesse's voice actors too. But back on the field, it is always good to see a Meowth. We don't see these things get represented very much because its evolved form Persian kind of just, you know.
And this is the beauty of Little Cup. This is why it's so great.
Yes, and
everybody's used to seeing, you know, fully evolved Pokemon fight, but Little Cup, you know, you got to bring out your Meowth.
Exactly, and it's been really nice, the change of pace. All right, here comes the Shrill. Cranidos is going to go for another head smash. Oh, that's another down mon, and that is going to take Cranidos down from the recoil. Oh, man, but it got a couple really nasty hits off before it did. Shroodle and Deerling on the pile. Ouch. Let's see what our battlers are going to send out next onto the field. That was a big hitter out of the way. Let's see if Ziggy's got anything else. Let's see what else Alyssa is packing. They're thinking carefully about their next choices. This is a tipping point. All right, we got a Litleo on Alyssa's side, and there's an Elekid holding his balloon on Ziggy's. Elekid is another interesting one that you don't get to see very much thanks to its fully evolved forms also not doing very well. But here, that might be different, and Litleo, oh, there's a Volt Switch, Litleo's gonna take some damage. No, it's not Litleo, it's Zorua! Okay, let's see if Elekid's gonna swap out thanks to that Volt Switch, I think. Let's see what he swaps out for, and here comes the Munchlax. Zorua's gonna go for the shot. Ooh, smart switch by Ziggy, swapping into a type that is immune to that incoming Shadow Ball. Good choice right there. Probably one of the better choices he could have made. Let's see now what Munchlax wants to do. Now that it's on the field, it's probably hungry and looking for something to eat. And hopefully...
So say we all.
So, indeed. All right, here comes Meowth. Munchlax is going to dig, and he's under the ground now. I lost him. He's gone. Okay, Meowth went for the U-turn, but it missed, and Munchlax goes for the dig, comes up, pops Meowth about half down. That was a pretty solid hit right there. Okay, and Alyssa going to swap in for the Swablu. Munchlax is going to dig again. Alyssa anticipating that ground type move, swapping into a type that's immune. Good switch right there. Let's see what Swablu's going to go for the tailwind, and that dig is going to miss thanks to Swablu's immunity. Yeah, great switch right there for Alyssa to deal with that. Let's see if Ziggy wants to keep the Munchlax in, or if he's going to swap it out for something else, but that is going to give Swablu a free turn to do something, unless he's got something else on Munchlax. Let's see what he can do. Swablu is sitting there with that typing immunity. Munchlax can't touch it with Dig, so unless it's got something else. But Munchlax isn't known for a whole lot of offensive moves. In fact, I've never seen it use Dig. Okay, here comes Amora. Amora brings the snow. Swablu's going to go for the Protect. The Protect fails thanks to there being no attack, and a Hail is coming down. That's going to hurt everybody who isn't an Ice type, so Amora's sitting here pretty. Let's see what Alyssa wants to do about that thing. We did see Amora put in a ton of work in an earlier battle this year. Okay, here comes Litleo. Oh, there's an Earth Power, though. Litleo is going to take it. I am surprised. That was a super effective hit. And Snow, not Hail, no damage from Dried Guide. Okay, this must be a new mechanic then for me. Okay, there's Overheat, and Amora takes about half damage there. That Rock type did help it resist. Snow just raises Ice Defense stat. Thank you, Blue. Perfect for the information. I love you guys. And Amora did, yeah, Amora is probably making decent use out of that defense. Oh, but another Overheat. That special attack drop from the Overheat, though, is not helping Litleo's case, and Amora is hanging in there, just shooting away Ice Beams, and Litleo is not looking too good. Let's see if Litleo can do anything about this. That Snow is only got a couple turns left, I think. Let's see if Amora can do anything if it's gone, because I know it's usually pretty fragile, but that rock typing, that extra rock typing is really helping it out against those fire moves here. Normally that would be one melted dinosaur. There's another Fire Blast. It's not quite enough to take out Amora. Amora goes for the Ice Beam, and that's it for Litleo. One frozen Cubsicle. All right, let's see what Alyssa wants to send out next. Here comes Meowth. Amora is just barely hanging in there at 9%, but it has a lot of power. Oh, nope, there's a Fake Out, and that is going to take out Amora. It is gone. It is out of here. It did a ton of damage before it was gone, but it couldn't stay in forever. Let's see what Ziggy wants to send out next against this Meowth. This scary little scratch cat here that we all know and love. All right, here comes Elekid. Elekid is back with the balloon. Let's see what Meowth wants to do about that. We've seen Elekid use some impressive moves before. It was, I believe... Excuse me, sorry, something in my throat. Okay, here comes Swablu again. Yep, and there's that Volt Switch. That is going to knock... No, I take it back. It was Zorua. That is going to knock out Zorua. Alyssa's down to 2 Pokemon. It's the Meowth and it's the Swablu. Let's see what she can do. Elekid is hanging in there with his balloon. No, I take it back. It's Vulpix. Yep, Vulpix bringing the drought. Volt Switch, good opportunity to set up the sun there. Vulpix can now do some work. Let's see what Alyssa wants to send up against that. We do love seeing a Vulpix. It's so cute, but it can be nasty on the battlefield. Meowth is back out, and it is ready. We got a cat versus fox situation. Not the Fox and the Hound. Fox and the Cat. Different movie. Not quite as good. Let's see what Vulpix is packing. We've seen a couple of... There's the Fake Out from Meowth. Whoa, big damage right there. And that flinch. That is one hell of a Fake Out off of Meowth. And Vulpix did not get to do anything thanks to that flinch. Now let's see what happens next. Alright, here comes Swablu again. Vulpix is going to go for a Dark Pulse. That's going to crit Swablu, but Swablu is going to hang in there and recover a little bit from leftovers. Good swap right there. Dark Pulse not doing a huge hit. Not getting the type effectiveness that Vulpix would like against something. There's another Dark Pulse. Swablu is going to hang in there and go for the roost and recover that health. Starting to recover back to full health. Ziggy's going to need to do something about that. Unless... Okay, here comes the Capsicid instead. Swablu's going to roost back to full health. And, yep, it is ready to go again. The sun is gone. Vulpix did not get to make any use of it. Good on Alyssa for stalling out the sun. Capsicid's going to go try to set up the Leech Seed, but a smart Protect right there is going to go block it. Oh, and a big Brave Bird is going to knock out Capsicid right there. There's some damage from the Rocky Helmet and the recoil, but Swablu is still hanging in there. All right, now here's Elekid. Elekid is a terrifying threat against this Swablu, though. Let's see if that's going to force Alyssa to switch or if she's going to hang in here and go for the speed check because they're both fast. But that Elekid's got his balloon, and he can't be hit by anything. Well, I guess you don't expect any ground moves from Swablu. But so the balloon is completely useless. There's a Thunderbolt. No, that is going to take out Swablu. Elekid is faster. Oh, that's unfortunate for Swablu. It's down to Meowth now. Will Meowth be able to take it out and finish it? I don't know. This might be it. There's a fake out. I think this might be it. No, Elekid goes... That fake out's going to go for the flinch, so we're going to have another turn. But this might be it, guys. Yep, and the fake out fails. There's a Thunderbolt. Meowth gets fried. Riley takes the match.
That was a wonderful match, Alyssa.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, when Cranidos came out and did as much work as he did, I did not expect you to get me on the ropes, but you made the right moves. It was the Vulpix. I expected to do so well, and you know, there we go. I guess not today.
Yeah, no, I think it was a solid match for sure.
Yeah, there were some great twists and turns. I loved it when Swablu
Good
came
job.
out just to
Good
take
game,
out
good game.
that Capsicid. Good game, guys. Good game. We'll see you rest of Pokemon fans in round 2.